right, shalom, shalom. Want to first and foremost start off by giving infinite praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakal Kodash. I like to say shalom, Wa'ashem, Yakabah, Gawala, Rakab, Zaquayim Nawa, Wahashala Yakim Nawa, which of course is double honors to our elders and to our apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom, Wabarakim, Labakayim, Shal Yasha'ala, peace and blessings unto the elect. I'm the brother WW3 from DC Church, back with another lesson or quick article through the spirit and power Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We love to bring out these articles, as spiritual watchmen to show, and compare how the things that are going on in the world, match up perfectly with biblical prophecy. Okay, so what you see on your screen right now is an article from RT News entitled "Iran is now enriching more uranium than before the 2015 nuclear deal." And this from President Rouhani, which is the president of Iran. Okay, so we're going to read a little bit of this and bring out some precepts, Lord willing, be edifying. So it says, Iran has boosted its nuclear enrichment to levels not seen before the JCPOA deal. President Hassan Rouhani has proclaimed shortly after the Islamic Republic accused 3 European nations of selling out to the United States. So they basically standing up, man. They calling out these other countries, saying that they're basically Uncle Toms, for lack of better terms. Okay, he's calling out these other countries, saying that they sold out to America. All right. So it says, there's a quote from him. It says, "We are enriching more uranium than before the deal was reached." It says, "Pressure has increased on Iran, but we continue to progress," Rouhani said in a televised address on Thursday. And now you got to remember, this article is from today. This was published today, so this is going on right now. All right. So it says Tehran, which is I believe the capital of Iran. It says is now bound by no restrictions on nuclear energy, Rouhani said, as Iran is better off in terms of nuclear power. Under the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the official name of the 2015 deal, Iran had agreed to enrich uranium only up to 3.67%, a process typical for fuel in commercial nuclear power plants, and to stockpile no more than 300 kilograms of this material. All right, so that was according to that agreement. But it says what? It says Iran was meticulously sticking to the pact after the United States unilaterally departed from it in May 2018. So this is the same pact, that I believe was imposed by America. And America chose to basically depart from it, but it wants these other countries to abide by it. All right. So it says reimposing economic sanctions and racketing up bellicose rhetoric against Iran, which is what America did. It says as International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, had repeatedly confirmed. On their part, France, Germany, and the UK, the 3 European signatories, colloquially Salakia if I come short of some words, but it says known as the E3 rejected to stick to Donald Trump's maximum pressure policy. Continuing on, it says later that year, Iran began to gradually scale back on its commitments, insisting that European signatories failed to do their part of the deal. In January, Tehran vowed that it will move beyond all uranium enrichment limitations set out in the Stalin Accord. The dramatic decision was made in response to the assassination of General Qasem Soleimani, one of Iran's most influential military leaders, in a U.S. drone strike on Iraqi soil earlier in the month. All right, so this says in the month of January they decided to make this decision based off of that assassination, all right, by the United States, man. So we see how these things, all right, that are going on in the world, all right, on the other side of the earth are playing out directly into prophecy. And we're gonna bring out some precepts to back it up, because essentially what the Heavenly Father is doing, He's allowing these countries to build up more and more nuclear arsenal, all right, for that up and coming day. All right, He's building up those tensions, all right, so that the beast shall hate the whore, man. All right, that all these other countries are gonna hate Babylon, just as prophesied. So now let's read a little bit more, and then we're gonna I'm gonna bring out some precepts. It says, upping the ante, the E3 claimed Iran has no legal grounds to do so, and triggered a clause allowing to scrutinize its compliance with the deal, rebuking the move by the trio. Tehran vowed a firm response if the Europeans' decision threatened the large defunct accord. On the other hand, it said that throwing out enrichment limitations was based on technical needs, and that Iran isn't after atomic weapons. Okay? So they're basically saying it's for technical needs, which we know that it is for atomic weapons. It's for the Lord's purpose, man. The Lord has these countries using that uranium to build these missiles, and that's one of the main ingredients, so to speak, in these nuclear missiles. But that was it on that. Bring out some precepts. This is we're gonna read a little bit on this. Isaiah the 34th chapter. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. The indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and His fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter." All right. And now this is a future prophecy of all of the nations, Salakia, all of the nations being cast down, all right, by Hamashiach, man, Hamashiach Yahushai. Okay, it says, verse 3, "Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll." Now, this is a vision, all right, that Isaiah had, and he prophesied that what? The heavens were going to be rolled together as a scroll. Now, during the time of of World War I, I believe, all right, when the United States dropped those two bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, all right, one thing that they left behind was what? That mushroom cloud. All right. So these nuclear bombs, they're famous for leaving behind that mushroom cloud. So when Isaiah saw the vision, to him it looked like two scrolls, like a scroll of a book rolled together. And when you look at the mushroom cloud, that's exactly what it looks like. All right. So it says, "And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. My sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment." All right, and we understand that what Idumea is just the Greek word for Edom. All right. So he is going to pay, man. All right. And the Heavenly Father is making persistent moves. All right. He's controlling the minds and the hearts of these kings of these different nations. All right. To do what they're doing right now, which Iran is what? Stocking up on more uranium. All right. Building more nuclear missiles. All right. To what? To use them. It's not just going to be for show. It's not just going to be for storage. All right, it's not just going to be for stocking up. They're going to use these missiles, all right, all of these countries are going to use their missiles. Okay, it's prophesied. So it says, verse 6, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord have made a sacrifice. It's like it for the Lord have a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Now we understand, all right, according to the Bible, that Basra is the chief city of Edom, all right, or Idumea. Okay, so it's talking about the destruction of the nation of the Edomites. All right, chiefly. All right, chiefly you Babylonians, man. Continuing on, it says, verse 7, and the unicorn shall come, and the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood. Yeah, and that was pretty much the point on that. Okay, that was pretty much the point on that. All right, how the heavens are going to be rolled together as a scroll, man. Okay, because Esau thinks that he's just going to govern the earth, all right, and police the whole planet Earth, and he just be fine and dandy. But he doesn't understand that the Heavenly Father has made him to be that pompous creature, all right, that he is, so that what all these nations will hate him. Okay, so he's thinking that what he's gonna have continue to rule rigorously over the earth, man. Let me bring this out real quick. This is Job chapter 20 and verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Okay, so in the fullness of his sufficiency, okay, meaning in the fullness of his success, the Lord is going to rain the missiles upon him. All right, the Lord is going to destroy these devils, man. Verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. And what's the fury of the Heavenly Father's wrath? All right, it's them thermonuclear missiles, man. All right, it's that uranium that they stocking up right now, man. All right, which is one of the main ingredients, all right, to those missiles. It says, verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All right. And what is the glittering sword? All right. When have you ever actually seen a real glittering sword? All right. That's a metaphor. Okay. That's obviously a metaphor for those thermonuclear missiles, man. All right. Which is the glittering sword, because why? It has that fire, that trail of fire behind it. All right. Now, the scriptures also talk about, I think it's Isaiah 29. It talks about how the fruits, all right, of roughly paraphrasing, of the thermonuclear missiles is a fiery flying. Here it is, Isaiah chapter. Shalakia. You know what? Let me just look it up. Let me just look it up real quick. The scriptures basically say it's a flying cockatrice, which is basically a fiery flying snake. Let's look it up real quick. Trace. Here we go. There you go. Isaiah chapter, and I was right there. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 29, it says, rejoice not thou, O whole Palestina, because the rod of him that smote thee is broken. All right, which you're going to have these Saudi Arabians and all these other Ishmaelites, all right, and these other nations that are in the Middle East, you know, that you're going to have them rejoicing, But the scriptures say what? Rejoice not thou, whole Palestina, because the rod of him that smote thee is broken. Because the Heavenly Father is going to break Esau's in pieces, man. He's going to break his rulership. All right, that's what that rod stands for. All right. It says, for out of the serpent's root shall come forth a cockatrice, and his fruit shall be a fiery flying serpent. Now, what is a fiery flying serpent? That fiery flying serpent, all right, is another metaphor for those thermonuclear missiles. All right. And that's the vision that Isaiah had. Okay, when he seen the missile in his vision, to him it looked like a fiery flying snake. All right. And that was to the best of his ability, all right, to give that metaphor. Okay. So ultimately, everything that's happening in the world right now is leading up to the events of Esau being put out. So I'm gonna end it off on this. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 11. And we're gonna start at, I haven't brought this out in a while. I'm gonna just read it all the way through. 11 in verse 40, it says, and the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. Now, when it talks about the fourth beast, it's talking about the fourth beast. All right, when you go to the book of Daniel, when it talks about those four beasts, it's referring to those four different rulerships, kingdoms. All right. Now, that fourth beast was what? The Roman Empire. Verse 41, it says, for the earth hast thou not judged with truth, for thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable, thou hast loved liars, and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and hast cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. Therefore is thy wrongful dealings come up to the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty. The highest also have looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. And that's right, Esau's abominations are in his destruction in the earth. It's fulfilled, man. All right, how much more could you destroy the earth? How much more could you make this place a desolate wilderness? All right, could you bring corruption into the world? Okay. It says your abominations are fulfilled, man. Okay, verse 45, and therefore appear no more, thou eagle. And that's what he resembles himself after. All right, the eagle. You look at the Greeks, you look at the Romans, you look at the so-called Americans, all right, or Babylonians. They all had that what? That eagle symbol, all right, on their money. Okay. It says, nor, verse 45, and appear no more, thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body. All right. And this is a vain nation. It says that all the earth may be refreshed and may return, being delivered from thy violence, and that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her. All right. So the Heavenly Father, all right, and his son, all right, Yahweh Shai, are going to deliver the earth from Esau's hurtful works, man, from his hurtful abominations. And how is he going to do it? He's going to do it by destroying them, all right, with these thermonuclear missiles, first and foremost, okay? And we see that the things happening in the Middle East, all right, and then things happening all over the globe are leading up to that point. And so with that, I hope this was edifying unto the elect. Love to give infinite praise unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Rakal Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, peace and salutation, and blessings into the elect. Shalom.